started to realize southpaws couldn't land a left hand, but that was almost in a direct line. I just had to make small moves, and they would miss the left hand totally. So it just a small adjustment that makes me not take any left hands or rarely any left hands. You know, and you take away a southpaw's left hand, you know, you have the battle you won already. You know, so obviously there's reflexes involved, and my jab is still has to work, but that was just a small adjustment I made. I just adjust my stance a little bit with southpaws.
Oh, did the stance have something to do with the knockdown also?
You know, it's funny. The knockdown was just my leg was on the inside of his. So when you're fighting a southpaw, you're trying to spin out a lot of times. And I literally, when he threw that left hand, I made this move to get out, and I was trying to finish spinning out the other way. But his foot was on the outside of mine. So as I spun out, the left hand touched me, but it grazed me. The reason I fell was because of his foot being in the way. So as I was spinning, his foot was in the way. So I fell. I tripped over his foot. It's something that happens. But it was a punch didn't land. So I guess you gotta call it a knockdown. But I was not hurt at all. I mean, it was legitimately I was actually mad because I'm like, man, I just had started off on the right foot with that good first round, and now I just gave him a 10 round. So I was mad. I was frustrated about that. But I got back on my focus, and I kept sticking to the plan.
Let's take one more question and that's it, then get some rest. Where do you got the microphone?
Paulie, first, congratulations on the masterful performance. Picking up on where you just left off, what was your thought process after that quote knockdown?
Shit, I just gave him a 10-8 round, man. I got won the first round, and now he just took the lead on the cards because now he's gonna get a 2-point round. On top of that, I felt like I did a good job taking away all the confidence from him in round one. I felt like he ended round one, and he knew, like, shit, this is a tough fight. And I wanted to keep working and breaking him mentally off that. And now with a knockdown, there was a possibility that, man, this guy might gain some confidence, and this fight could get tough. But I stayed focused. I just said stick to the plan and see how he comes out. I was very confident in my ability to read his offense and counter and shoot the sharp counters, even if it didn't land. The fact that I would kept shooting them out off his jab and off whatever he was doing. Some landed, some didn't, but it kept him domesticated, so to speak, and so that worked.
One more. Here you go.
Hi, Paulie. I noticed that during the fight, there were times where you and Zab exchanged a few words during the action. Do you remember any things that you said? Particularly, there was an exchange at the end of round 9, I think, where you guys started talking back and forth. Do you remember anything that you said?
Yeah, he was just saying Brooklyn or something, like trying to pump himself up, or Brownsville or something, pump himself up. And then a couple of times we were talking about the fouls. Like he was saying, like, when I would push him down, he would complain, and I'd be like, yo, don't come in with your head, or I got headbutted, and we were just complaining to each other about the fouls. And then I think when I clipped him one time, and he said it didn't hurt, and I was like, that's all right. I was like, your knockdown wasn't a knockdown either, so it was just like trash talking, but it wasn't anything serious.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. We're done. Do some rest.
Yeah.